Good morning everyone. This is Sangeeta, Assistant Professor, ECE Department, SNS College of Engineering. So today we are going to discuss about analog and digital electronics subject and basics of analog and digital. So our first unit is transistor in equilibrium. Before going to the subject, we should know what is analog and digital electronics. So first let us discuss about analog electronics. So analog electronics is a branch of electronics. It deals with the analog signals. Analog signals are continuous with time. So it represents the real world applications, that is temperature, pressure. So it uses the components resistor, capacitor, inductor. So analog signals are continuous with respect to time. And next one is digital electronics. So digital electronics deals with discrete signals, that is 0 and 1. So that is 0 volt or 5 volt. 0 volt represented as 0 and 5 volt represented as 1 in digital electronics. So it uses the components like logic gates, microcontrollers, microprocessors, and the main applications of digital electronics are computers, laptops, and smartphones. Other examples for digital electronics, that is applications of digital electronics. So it uses the main components of electronic devices or active components. So the next one is the difference between analog and digital electronics. So according to the signal type, analog electronics are continuous with respect to time, and digital electronics discrete signals, that is 0 and 1. And representation, it uses waveforms. Analog signal uses waveform like sine wave, square wave, triangle, and for digital electronic it uses numbers, zeros and ones. So it is called binary numbers. And example signals or audio signal, temperature, pressure for analog electronics, and digital electronics are computer, digital audio, computer data are the examples for digital electronics. And according to the analog signal, accuracy is very high, and the accuracy is limited by step size in digital electronics. And components used in analog electronics are resistor, capacitor, transistor, diodes. And in digital electronics, the components used are logic gates, flip-flops, microprocessor, memory are the components used in digital electronics. And applications applications of analog electronics are amplifiers, switches, temperature sensors are the applications, and computers, digital watches, smartphones are the examples for digital electronics. Now let us discuss about the list of basic components in analog electronics. So it is divided into three major categories. One is passive components, active components, and electromechanical components. So the passive components did not rely upon the electrical source. Example, resistor, capacitor, sensors, detectors. And active components are the components that only rely on the external sources of power supply. So they want external power supply to operate, and they modify the electrical signals in electronic devices. Examples, transistors, diode, ICs, vacuum tubes are the examples for active components. But in passive components, they do not want external energy source for their working, and it can be stored in the magnetic field or electrical field. So the electromechanical components are those which have both functions of electrical and mechanical, both combined functions. So these components are designed or used in electrical devices in specific functions. And this is the first one is resistor. The symbol is represented in zigzag line. And second one is capacitor. So third one is inductor. So the purpose of resistor is used to control the flow of current. So it denoted as R, and unit is, that is they provide a specific resistance measured in ohms, that is the unit of resistor is ohm, and they are used for voltage division, current division, and resistor conditioning. The next one is capacitor. The capacitor is used to store the energy. Okay, so if we apply a voltage, for example, if we apply 2.5 volt, initially it will charge for 2.5 volt and discharge for charging and discharging operations. So it releases an electrical energy in the form of an electrical field. So they are used, mainly they are used in filtering and smoothing voltage fluctuations, coupling operations. And the next one is inductors. Inductors also used to store energy in a magnetic field. So capacitor also used to store the energy in electric field, but inductors used in magnetic field when current passes through them. So they are commonly used in filtering, tuning circuits, and energy storage in power supplies. So inductor measured in henries, and capacitor unit of capacitor is farad. And next one is active components. So diode, and the first one is diode, and the second one is transistors. So these two components are used to amplify the signal or control the current flow. So diodes allow the current to flow in only one direction. So anode is a positive terminal and cathode is a negative terminal, and it will act as a one-way device. So they are essential for rectifiers. The main rectifier is one of the application, and signal clipping and voltage regulation are the other applications. And the second one is transistor. So the transistor is one of the key active components, mainly used for amplification and switching purposes. So they control large currents with small input signals. So and the fundamental building blocks of amplifiers, it is mainly used in amplifiers, oscillators, and digital circuits. So there are two types of transistors, NPN and PNP. So these are the basic details of analog and digital electronics. So this is the assessment time. So my first question is what is the use of capacitor? And my second question is, what is the differences between, tell me any two differences between analog and digital electronics, and list two active components and passive components. So you can submit your answer in the next class. Thank you, students. So this video will help you to know the basics of analog and digital electronics. Thank you.